Hello and welcome back to another one of Paul's beer reviews. Hope you're doing well today. I've got a black IPA for you, and it's a black IPA from Brew York, and it's a can of their Black Eagle, and this one's coming in at 5.8% ABV. There is the artwork on the can. This can came out of my Beer 52 box. Some of you might have seen the opening of that box. Uploaded that video a couple of weeks ago now, I think. So yes, a black IPA, 5.8% ABV. It says here, Black Eagle is our annual release, West Coast style black IPA, generously hot with floral and fruity, Cascade, Centennial, Columbus and Chinook. We made a few tweaks and we think the 2020 version is the best yet. So it's got Cascade T90 and Cairo, Centennial T90, Columbus T90 and Cairo, and Chinook T90. It's got pale, carafa, crystal 150, dextrin malt and acidulated malts in it. Ingredients: water, barley, hops and yeast. Unfiltered, unpasteurised, natural, vegan friendly beer. 330ml can. Yeah, see if this one's any good, shall we? Get this one out of its can. Brew York have become very popular recently. They've been knocking out some really good beers. One or two of them have been popping up in the supermarkets as well, which has certainly raised their profile somewhat. I do like a black IPA every now and then. I like the complexity that comes with them. Let's see if this one's very good. Hope so. Hope so. Leave that there. See it? Quite a nice can. Yeah, pretty dark. It's got a full one finger. Tanned, fluffy looking head to it. You can see a bit of red bleeding through the bottom of that. But it looks alright. It looks alright. Let's give it a wriggle. Get my nose in, see what she smells like. Very citrusy. And there's the roasted malts. I was thinking there wasn't any there the first whiff. First smell was citrus, light, sort of fruity hoppiness. I'm just picking up a slight bit of roasted malt, bit of crystal malts coming through now. It's a complex aroma, but it smells light. It doesn't smell particularly rich. It doesn't smell particularly sweet. It smells light, citrusy, refreshing, quite inviting. That roasted malt aroma is quite gentle. Definitely hides behind the kind of more citrusy, fruity side of things. It's subtle. It smells quite nice. I'm going to get stuck in. Cheers, guys. That's quite interesting. Initially, it's very light. It's a bit like the aroma, really. Initially, it's very light, sort of citrusy type fruit to it. Quite light bodied. And then mid palate, as the carbonation rises, that's when you start to get that kind of crystal malt influence. Roasted malt, slight kind of caramel. Almost like strong coffee type flavour. Citrus fruit. Then there's the carbonation rush. Then you get into sort of roasted malts. Bitter coffee. And that lingers as well. A sort of bitterness from the crystal malts. Just has like a strong coffee type of kick to it at the back end. But at the same time, the body's really light. It plays tricks with your mind, this style of beer. It really does, because you're getting those coffee malts and that roasted malts, and you almost expect that to go hand in hand with like a slightly thicker mouthfeel. You're not getting it with this because it's the IPA, and you're getting that citrus, fruity zestiness initially with the flavour and the lightness in the body. It really plays tricks with your mind and your taste buds, you know. It's a good beer, this. citrus sweetness, slight bit of grapefruit, very subtle grapefruit, bit of mango almost. And then there's that bitterness, roasted bitterness, sort of bitter coffee kick from the crystal malts. It's quite complex this, but it's nice. It's very drinkable. What is it, 5.8%? 5.8%. You're getting none of that alcohol at all, really. It's really light. I think that's the general feel to this beer. It's light, it's drinkable, yet complex in flavour. Yeah, I'm quite enjoying this. I'm quite enjoying it. I think there's more to come from it. I think this beer is yet to open up properly. I feel like there's more hiding behind it, you know. Very citrusy on the aroma. And those roasted malts kind of take their time to kind of leap out and get up in your nose, you know. It's all about the hops. What hops we used in this? Cascade, Centennial, Columbus, Chinook, all kind of relatively citrusy. Now the roasted malts is when it settles down, the roasted malt aroma comes through. But initially when you shake it up, it's, you know, bang, citrusy, subtle, tropical. And that's what you get at the beginning, a fruity freshness, the light body. It's the first thing that really grabs your attention. And then when it settles on the tongue, mid-palate, that's when you get that very slight coffee, slight dark chocolate flavour. And then there's a real bitter kick of a strong coffee that you're left with. And it lingers. It's got quite a long flavour to it. But it's refreshing at the same time. That body is so light and it's quite thin. It allows the flavour to really kind of come in strong and then fade out in its own time. It's even now still getting that kind of roasted malt finish. I like it. I like the complexity. I like what it's making my brain do. It's a good beer. I like that. It's interesting. Yeah. Black Eagle from Brew York. Black IPA, 5.8% ABV. I'm enjoying this. It's nice. It's a lot going on with it. It's a good example of the style. It's a very drinkable example of the style. I've had other black IPAs that were perhaps a little bit more in your face, a little bit more complex, a little bit more going on with them, perhaps a little bit harder to drink. This, I think, is a very approachable, very drinkable black IPA. If you're new to the style, this might be a good place to start. I like it. I like it enough to give it an 8 out of 10, I think. I think that's fair. 8 out of 10. For Brew York's Black Eagle Black IPA, 5.8% ABV. I picked this one up in my latest Beer 52 box. I imagine this will be available on the Brew York website, which is www.brewyork.co.uk. Nice and simple. 8 out of 10 for that one. Give the video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, guys. Until my next one, you take care.